What's up, traders? Today is Friday, November 11th, 8 o'clock in the morning, 30 minutes until opening bell. Well, what do we have here? I think what we have is, at the very least, a pullback. At the very worst, a flash crash. It all depends on VIX today, and I'm going to show you what I see and how close we actually came to a potential disaster yesterday without even realizing it. Thought about it more overnight, about how close VIX did come to crashing the party yesterday. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. But first, on the splash screen, what you see here is the MACD hourly clearly going down, RSI going way down, but yet overall we're still going up and just kind of flattening out. Okay, that at the very least is due for a pullback. Okay, as of right now, 24 minutes till opening, we have the markets up. Look at that. Doesn't it look splendid, right? But can looks be deceiving? You betcha. What you have right here, let's call your attention to the lower right-hand corner here, the 30 minutes chart. Look at this nice bearish divergence. Look at that beauty on the RSI. Okay, look at that, downward, clear downward. Look at the MACD, clearly below the signal line, right? Separation. And not only that, let's call it, at least though, it is still above zero. As you can see here, here's a zero line right there. So it's still above zero. Okay, so that is at least supportive of a dip, not a crash. Okay, the fact that it's still above zero, but you don't want to see it keep trending down, 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 down. You're going to want to see it flatten out and then curl back up, right? That's the goal. Now, let's skip on over to the hourly, the 65-minute. You see here, it is clearly, I'm down here in the RSI, lowest right-hand corner, down, 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 down. And now, as you see here, the MACD is, ever so close to touching, if not crossing down below the signal line right here. See that? See? So if the downtrend keeps continuing, then the 65-minute will eventually cross down. Okay, and so that is that the MACD and the RSI on the 65-minute does show divergence with the price action. Now, what I expect to happen at opening bell, I expect there to be a if you want to call it a head fake up, right? It's just going to go up for however long it wants to suck in some people to keep on buying, keep on buying, keep on buying. I mean, this might go on for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Who knows? Who knows what the market pumpers want to do? But ultimately, I think it's going to all come down. So now, the question is going to be how far down? Okay, so with that, let me show you. Let me keep talking about TQQQ. No, this is a NASDAQ 4-hour chart, and you know, at first look, sure, it's strong. It's well above zero, right? The MACD is starting to curl though. See that tells you it's starting to curl. It's not going in a straight line like it was yesterday during the day. But look at that. See that? RSI 4 hours down, 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 down. The open question is, let me draw a best fit line. How far down does it go until it starts to recover? Okay, that's really the question. Okay, let's skip on over to the 1-hour chart. Okay, so the 1-hour chart, NASDAQ futures, clearly the MACD is below the signal line, clearly, right? So again, the question is, how far down are we going to go until you start to try to flatten out? See, its saving grace is right here. See, that's the zero line right there, right? You're still well above it. So it could be at the very least just a dip. So we just need to see how far down it's going to go. Okay. And to give you an illustration, we can always check out our trusty dusty Fibonacci. See that? Here we go. This was just yesterday. I'm sorry, the day before. That would have been Thursday. This is the low. That was the high. Major gap up. Okay, major gap up. The question is, to these question marks, how far low do we go? Which one of these retracement levels are we going to target? That is a question that the market makers have the answers to, right? The algorithms that we have to try to figure out. Or does it do a 100%? That means VIX took over. Okay? Even a 61% retracement, it could be 61.8% retracement is still technically that's a pretty big pullback, by the way. That's a massive pullback. But that's still a higher low compared to Thursday's low. See what I mean? So even if it's a 61.8% retracement, it's still game on technically for the rally, right? So which one of these question marks is going to be in play today? That is the question that we need to be asking and looking out for. Okay, so that's a 1 hour chart. You can count on you can count on. I mean, this is the 1 hour chart, and it's already the MACD is already going down. RSI is going down. So it's not going to just shoot up and rally for the first hour at opening bell. There's no way. It's that's only if. Yeah, it depends on. Yeah, we just need to let me give you some general advice. I see it at a certain resistance level now. TQQQ in this example, the 5 minute. If on the 5 minute chart, like I've always been preaching, this is the 5 minute. If it can't go up, successfully back test and close candles above this red EMA 50, on the back test, it needs to close candles above it and not straddle the EMA 50 at any time. And then if it can't bounce back up, then that's it, right? So here's what I expect to happen at opening bell. It's going to surge up, but wait for the back test, wait for the back test, wait for the back test, wait for the back test. If that back test does not clear or fails to clear the EMA 50 line, that's it. We are that's when I'm going to put some puts in. So, because I want to see how far down we're going to retrace, right? How far down are we going to retrace? Show that again. Those question marks. Which one of these levels are we going to retrace to? If it fails that, EMA 50 line that I just showed you, where are we going? How far down? How far down? Okay. So, not only that, because we gapped up, right? Here, let me show you that again. This huge gap. Are we going to fill it? Are we going to come back and try to fill it today? Let's find out, right? Okay. So that's pretty much NASDAQ futures. That's all I wanted to show you. Just be vigilant on that. For the VIX, before I get into today's action, I want to show you guys something. This was yesterday, VIX. So massive gap down, right? Right there. Came down, 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 up, 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 up. I didn't mention it yesterday in yesterday evening's video, but I will today, right now. People don't realize how close we came to a flash crash. While the massive house party for the bulls was happening inside, right inside the house, People don't realize VIX was at the front door on the porch knocking because it was the music was bumping and the people were screaming and breaking out the champagne. They didn't hear the knock on the door. VIX was at the door and did not realize it. People did not realize it, but it failed this test. Had it succeeded, this is a 5-minute chart, by the way. Had it succeeded, watch out. Because on the 5-minute chart, that is always a trend it's a trend reversal. When you successfully cross the EMA 50 line. Okay? People don't realize how close that was, how close we were. See, VIX, despite markets closing 1,200 points, the Dow 1,200 points, the VIX made an attempt to come back, guys. It made a bona fide attempt to come back, but yesterday was not to be. It failed. It failed, obviously, right here. It failed the back test. It did move across initially on the breakout, but it failed the back test. Now, what's happening? Look at this. Bunch of cheaters. This is at midnight. It gapped up. They gapped it up above the EMA 50. See, that's the market's way of cheating. They don't want to put it in the market during the trading day hands. Well, let's just gap it up. Okay. Now, having said that, that's where VIX is right now. Right now, this arrow to the far right in pre-markets. Okay. Is it going to cross? Well, given what we've seen with the RSI, MACD on TQQQ, and quite frankly, the broader markets, I think it is. That's what lends itself to a pullback, at a minimum a pullback. So, do you see that? It's equal to the line right now. Be wary, guys. Okay, let's get into the 4-hour chart for VIX. Now, I'm going to zoom in here. Okay. Yeah, let me see. Hold on. Do that so you could. There we go. Move that up a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so this is VIX yesterday, and this is VIX right now, real time. Now, this is the 4-hour chart. Oops. Okay. If on the 4-hour chart it continues to flatten out, if it continues to, it's starting to. Right now we are still at a higher low scenario. Okay. See that? That's clear. It's a higher. So especially if VIX spikes, right, or it forces the markets to retrace that I showed earlier. Oh yeah, it's going to flatten out, right? It's not going to keep falling. If we retrace, it will flatten out, right? VIX will, because VIX is going up. It's going to flatten out this line. Okay, so this is the 4-hour chart. Keep that in mind. RSI, here, let me slightly draw it up. There we go. See, there you go. I'm tracing the line. It's at the bottom, but it is above, slightly above the 23 line, and it's angling up. That means it's kind of got nowhere else to go but up, right? I mean, it could still flatten back down, sure. So all eyes on VIX. Okay, let's go to the 1-hour chart. Okay, 1-hour chart here. Let me clear all. Okay, let's check out the 1-hour. Let me just draw a best fit line. There you go. 1-hour starting to curl up, and this is VIX. See that? Going up, starting to curl up. Okay. You guys know what that means when the VIX starts to curl up. Okay, the sky could be the limit, right? It could be. So, that's 1 hour. 30 minutes is probably even okay. So there's, yeah, I mean, on the 30 minute, the MACD has clearly separated, from the signal line. Okay, and obviously, as you see there, angling up. It wants to get back to the zero line as close as possible. Okay, so that ultimately is what I wanted to show you. Be careful. Which one of these question marks do we retrace to today? Right? Just be careful. Okay? Definitely don't be getting any calls. Now, if you find that we get only to the 23% retracement, 23.6 right here, and then we come down, come up, successful back test, and go up, okay, now you can get calls. All right? That's okay then. But until that happens, let's see how far down we're going to retrace to what percentage. All right. And that's all I got for you guys today. Good luck trading on a Friday. Talk to you again soon.